had some fun. They asked me to read some funny poetry, so I don't know if it's funny, but I'll read it. The first, the Jack Krulewski is both the poetry, all the three poems are from the poets who write for children. It's the children's poetry also. And here goes. The first one is called Be Glad Your Nose is on Your Face by Jack Krulewski. Be glad your nose is on your face, not pasted on some other place. For if it were where it is not, you might dislike your nose a lot. Imagine if your precious nose was sandwiched in between your toes. That clearly would not be a treat, for you'd be forced to smell your feet. Your nose would be a source of dread were it attached atop your head. It soon would drive you to despair, forever tickled by your head. Within your ear, your nose would be an absolute catastrophe, for when you were obliged to sneeze, your brain would rattle from the breeze. Your nose, instead, through thick and thin, remains between your eyes and chin, not pasted on some other place. Be glad your nose is on your face. The second poem is again written for children by Darren Sardali. Both of them are American poets. But anyways, the third one also is, I think, American. And the UK also people read this poem, but this poem is called The Silliest Teacher in School. So I'll read it. Our teacher gave detention to the fountains in the hall. She handed extra homework to the artwork on the wall. We saw her point her finger at a banner and a sign. She said their bad behavior was completely out of line. The principal approached her and said, "What is all this fuss? I heard you tried to punish all the tires on a bus. You made the teachers angry by disrupting all their classes. So if you want to keep this job, you have to wear your glasses." And the third one is like a very, very short poem. It's just poem, it's a portrait. I wanted to choose a poem of a cat because I'm a cat first. But you know what instead I did? I went and chose a poem about the cow because this is our woman. And this portrait is called The Purple Cow. It has just 4 lines anyway. I never saw, okay, it's by Gillette Burgess. I never saw a purple cow. I never hoped to see one. But I can tell you anyhow, I'd rather see than be one. Thank you.
Next we have Dr. Alhamani, who will be also reading our poems, which we will disclose to the names of.
In 2013, when we held Meta for the first time, certain personality was launched upon the unsuspecting population. This personality is a teacher of literature from the deep tropical jungles of Kerala, fueled by Old Monk. He's done a PhD on the effect of Old Monk on literary reception. And he's a very angry man because he discovered Marxism early in youth. He rejoices in a beautifully Marxist name, that name being Professor Bhuji Bhoshnaputra. So I will channel Professor Bhuji Bhoshnaputra for your benefit. I hope the results will Ladies and gentlemen, you may be wondering how I, a true Marxist, whose heart does not beat with a left sound, but with Ingila. Why? such a person is very cooling. But there is a reason behind it. The revolutionary clarity in my life has to be focused. And therefore, I can wear cooling and only then I can talk about poetry too. So, we will talk about a poem. I may also read it out, but we have to talk about the poem. It's another thing that cooling does not allow me to see the letters clearly. It is all right, revolutionary clarity is more important than seeing the letters of the poem. So, I don't know what your opinion about that man, William Shakespeare. If I was never reading such stuff at all, and therefore I thought it would be nice to share a sonnet number 18 by William Shakespeare. By the way, Shakespeare, that name, every time I say it in my class, all my students make bad jokes. They translate Shakespeare into Malayalam, and that translation is not a very good one. But because we are a family audience, I will not share those things with you. We will walk you into the poem. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? What very coconut to Shakespeare is doing. You can see that he is a bourgeois. How do we know that Shakespeare is a bourgeois? How can we identify correctly that Shakespeare is a bloody bourgeois? You can use your imagination when you look at that line. If he was a true working class, Shakespeare would have said, shall I compare thee to a sunrise? Because working class people wake up early in the morning and go to labor. This is a bourgeois, a lumpen element. He does not know when sun is rising or setting. He just has some abstract concept on day. That is why. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? After all, you are in Karnataka and I am in Kerala. We know what summer's day is. You compare anybody to a summer's day, they will say, what kind of comparison are you making? Therefore, I make my point that Shakespeare is a very bourgeois. You have to read him like a revolutionary, and you have to ask, where is the Viplava? When the opportunity was there, what you were doing? Were you counting coconuts? Were you counting stars? Something he was doing. Anyway, we will continue. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Why he is taking her temperature? Why can't he say something nice about her? After all, he has committed to bourgeois pursuit like romance. Romance is not a fit subject for literature. Men and women have to join together to achieve the revolution. Shakespeare is not interested in all this. Rough winds to shake the darling buds of May, and summer's leaves set all to Shastra things. Why he is doing all this? I don't understand. Very obscure commentary he is giving. For if you want to read real poetry, I will refer you to the only true work of poetry written in the English language. This is the Communist Manifesto. By Karl Marx. It opens in a beautiful poetry. It says, a spectre is holding you, the spectre of communism. What a impressive beginning. What is this? Dating is also bad. Revolutionary recognition must happen between man and woman. All this dating and all this is not required. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I will cut short my short disquisition on Shakespeare by identifying I have given you very good evidence that he is just a bourgeois, just a lumpen. If If you read Shakespeare, you are dispensing the revolution from your very course. Therefore, let us all together put our hands and say, Ingilab Sindabad. Repeat after me. Ingilab. Ingilab. You are not having any heart open. How you will not say loudly. Once more. Ingilab. Ingilab. Why is that voice saying? Okay, anyway, I think you got my point. Or that's hard to know. Let us all be revolutionary and not wait with the kids. Thank you.